Tamaralla kaɗe-kaɗe na cikin lokaci aka saurara daga nan Radio Gotel muryar jama'a karfe 5 saura minti 1 yanzu kuwa lokaci ne da za a saurari labarai cikin harshen turanci da fassara cikin harshen Hausa. A minute to 5, this is Radio Gotel, your voice of the people. Sit back for Gotel News and Report.
This is Gotel News and Reports on AM and FM Gotel Radio. The headlines. Religious leaders in Iola, the Adamawa state capital, caution against indecent dressing. Banjaram community in Guyuk local government area says it relies on a solar borehole situated at a nearby secondary school for water. People warned against taking laws into their hands. President Goodluck Jonathan urges politicians in the country to imbibe the habit of forgiveness and reconciliation in the interest of national development. Governor Murtala Nyako has sworn in 2 female special advisors and chairmen and members of Civil Service Commission and the State Bureau for Public Procurement. Victoria Odinak and Hajia Hannatu Usman are the new advisors sworn Monday. Alhaji Shuaibu Babbo Hamid will now serve as the chairman of the CSC, while members of the commission are Aliyu Alata Kamadi, Ismail Okushu, Amina Kabir and Ularamu Makel Angilda. The State Bureau for Public Procurement now has Mr. Clement Taldaba as its new chairman. Members of the bureau include Ayuba Tumbakwaha, Comrade Ibrahim Zakari and Barrister Bashir Hamid. Others are Abba Bello Umar Diji, Waziri Emmanuel Zasu, Nelson Ndabuyam, and Yau Tama Fulani Tarfa. Governor Nyako charged them all to work with the fear of God in their new responsibilities. Religious leaders in Yola, the Adamawa state capital, have cautioned against indecent dressing. Pastor Nelson Malau and Imam Aliyu Saad, who gave the warning while speaking to Gotel News, said indecent dressing is an ungodly act. Correspondent Dishon Edison has the details.
Pastor Nelson Malau said that indecent dressing is the sign of world coming to an end, because when Adam and Eve were naked in the Garden of Eden, it was God that clothed them. According to him, therefore, any Christian dressing that cannot cover nakedness is not of God, but of the devil. Pastor Nelson Malau further said that half-naked dressing has become a source of temptation, urging Christians youth to dress decently all the time.
Anything that I will do, whether in my dress, if I will do something that will not bring honor to God, then I'm dishonoring God. And the Bible says, he who dishonor me, I will also dishonor him. That is God's warning when it comes to the way we should appear as believers.
In the same vein, Malam Imam Aliyu said that indecent dressing is a taboo to the Islamic religion. Malam Imam Aliyu noted that any transparent dressing is un-Islamic. He also added that indecent dressing increases rape cases and all abominable vices that are against the religion.
Akwai yanayin suturan da addinin musulunci ya hana. Idan ka kiyaye wannan wanda aka hana.
Islam prescribes a dressing code for the believers. One should therefore shun indecency in one's dressing.
Da zaka saka ya zama tsiraicinka yana waje. Addinin musulunci ya hana mutum ya sa kayan yana ja, musamman namiji yana jan wando a kasa.
The clerics therefore call on the people, especially youth, to desist from the act. Dishon Edison Yanga, Gotel News.
The Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs is becoming worried by the trend of violence and mass murder in some parts of northern Nigeria, especially in Borno and Yobe states. The incident of last Tuesday's bombing, in which over 43 people have been declared dead, is particularly worrisome. The persistent reoccurrence of this disturbing situation, despite the vivid presence of human and material security arsenal in that region, does not only constitute national embarrassment, but also confirms that military force alone cannot bring a lasting solution to the insurgency. In a statement signed by Femi Abbas, Chairman, Media Committee, Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, the group advised that the best security is not necessarily ensured by the gun or bayonet, but one which guarantees comfortable existence of the populace through the provision of the necessities of life such as education, jobs, housing and feeding. NSCIA stated that it had severally suggested the positive engagement of the youths of this country so that they will not be used as tools. NSCIA also commended National Assembly for passing the bill forbidding same-sex marriage or any illicit sexual relationship of man-to-man and woman-to-woman. The group said the law is a further confirmation that Nigerians will hold on to the cord of God at any time, no matter whose ox is God. Banjaram community in Guyuk local government area says it relies on a solar borehole situated at a nearby secondary school for water. Speaking to Gotel News, the ward head, Mr. Banko Gabdu, said they are sometimes denied access to the solar borehole. Correspondent Muhammad Aliyu Mustafa has the details.
Banko Gabdu lamented that they are neglected by Guyuk local government council, which is supposed to be closer to them. According to the ward head, their councillor is doing nothing at Guyuk Legislative Council.
Muna da councillor ma baya yi mana wani aiki ko wani abu kadan ba abin da ya yi mana shi councillor din. Ni yanzu ni din nan ma ban ga councillor ma tun lokacin da aka zabe sai na ji kawai.
Mr. Banko added that because the borehole is not directly meant to serve the community, they are oftentimes denied access to it. He noted that they have never made any formal complaint about that, as the government appears to be afar. Also, a resident of Banjaram, Bama Kurungu, corroborated the assertion of the ward head. According to him, even if they complain, it will fall on the deaf ears. Gotel News learned that Banjaram village lies a few kilometers to Guyuk town, the headquarters of the local council. Government at both local and state levels owes it a duty to provide potable water to its citizenry, considering the importance of the commodity. Muhammad Aliyu Mustafa, Radio Gotel.
People have been charged not to take laws into their hands and also to report any suspicious move to the nearest security agency, as security is everybody's business. The police public relations officer, Adamawa Command, DSP Muhammad Ibrahim, gave the charge while speaking to Gotel News against the backdrop of a clash between Fulani herdsmen and farmers, resulting in the death of 2 persons and injured 2 in Godio village of Yola South local government area. Correspondent Ruben Lokode Ruben completes the report.
DSP Muhammad Ibrahim said all measures have been put in place to checkmate the clash between Fulani herdsmen and farmers in Adamawa State, noting that the situation is pathetic as it resulted to loss of lives.
It is unfortunate the divisional police officer Ngurore reported to us that there was a clash between the cattle rearers and the farmers at Gudo village. Unfortunately, the clash that claims 2 lives of 2 of the farmers and also 2 sustained various degrees of injuries, which is very, very bad. So we're appealing to members of the public that please, no one should take law into his hand.
The PPRO cautioned the general public against taking laws into their hands, advising the public to always report any suspicious to securities. On his part, the village head of Godwo, Malam Saadu Adamu, who narrates the story to Gotel News, said the clash between Fulani herdsmen and farmers has been a problem in the community. The village head is saying that he was at home when reports reached him that 2 people were missing as they went to farm and had not returned. Also, another resident, Mr. Filgona Anthony, who narrates the story to Gotel News, said suspected Fulani headsmen had bring damage not only to the farmers in the community, but to the economy of the nation, as according to him, the people of Godo are farmers who solely depends on farm business.
Can su fara kone wani inji daga can. Da suka kone inji nan shine suka gangaro kan yan taliken nan suka yi musu abin da sun ga dama.
He is saying that the suspected Fulani headsmen attacked the victims at night when they were looking over their farms, adding that the Fulani headsmen claimed that they needed cattle routes around their farmland and they were asked to be patient. After the harvest, cattle routes will be provided to them. Also on his part, one of the injured victims, Mr. Bodga Kalmare, said he was attacked by unknown Fulani headsmen who left him injured.
Giving wurin kwanciyar daga nan kenan sai suka zo su hudu sai suka zo suka rungume ni ni ne farko suka so maduke ni sannan sai suka yadda ni sai suka tafi wurin kwanciyar mu a wurin sai suka tashi suka sa wayan na gaba ba abun da ya haɗa mu da su ba wani magana da suka yi sam daga suka hange ni ka sai duka ka.
He is saying that the Fulani attacks him in the night and started beating him. He has to run and hide for his safety. Malam Ibrahim Goje and Usman Gimba were the two victims killed during the clash. Ruben, Lokodi Ruben, Gotel News.
More news when we return.
I have experienced the finest of flavors life has to offer. I have tasted the juiciest parts of life. I have climbed many places and up to the heights of Mambila. Incredible. I have been there, done it, and tasted many brands of juice drinks Africa has to offer. But this one is different that I can't explain it. Amazing. It had the orange and apple variants, and now has pineapple and coconut variants. Try it now. It's Faro Juice. Faro Juice is produced and packaged by Adama Beverages, Yola, Adama State, Nigeria.
Welcome back. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on Sunday in Abuja said his initiative of making all-round consultation would reinforce the country's shared values and move Nigeria forward. Abubakar said this in a statement signed by his media assistant Malam Garba Shehu. The former vice president said he believes that this consultative process will reinforce the nation's shared values and throw up a new way forward for our dear country. Atiku Abubakar also said he would continue to listen to ideas from various groups of Nigerians which he believed could bring about hopes. He said this is to ensure that we can together build a future we all can be proud of. Abubakar said the present political times call for hard work on his part because Nigerians matter to us and our country also matters too. Former Bauchi State Governor Alhaji Adamu Ma'azu has been chosen as the new national chairman of the ruling People's Democratic Party PDP. Muazu was chosen by President Goodluck Jonathan and the PDP governors alike as a consensus candidate during a late-night meeting which lasted till about 1:20 a.m. this morning. The chairmanship position has been zoned to the northeast. The former Bauchi State Governor, who is expected to be confirmed at a meeting of the National Executive Council scheduled to hold today, Monday, in Abuja, will be replacing the former chairman Alhaji Bamanga Tukur, who resigned from his position on Wednesday. Muazu had last week been sworn in as the chairman of the National Pensions Commission by the president. President Goodluck Jonathan urged Nigerians in the country to imbibe the habit of forgiveness and reconciliation in the interest of national development. The president gave the advice in Abuja at the Aso Villa Chapel's first service in 2014, which coincided with a special Thanksgiving service of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission, NCPC. Correspondent Huntula Castona completes the story.
The president stressed the need for forgiveness, saying it was one of the secrets of success by any leader. According to him, a politician is expected to have a natural spirit of forgiveness, and those who cannot forgive should not be in politics. He also urged Nigerians to pray for the leadership of the country at all levels and remain focused as government was determined to address the various issues affecting them. Earlier in his message, the primate of Nigeria Anglican Communion, Most Reverend Nicholas Oko, had called for cohesion and discipline among the ruling class in the country. He said that walking in disunity was a demonstration of ungratefulness to God for his blessings to man and urged Nigerians to desist from such acts. The primate said that the issues militating against Nigeria's growth and development were such that required total commitment by both leaders and the led for the issues to be resolved. Also, the Executive Secretary of the NCPC, Mr. John Kennedy Okpara, said the thanksgiving was in appreciation to God for the success of the 2013 Christian pilgrimage and prayers for the smooth conduct of the 2014 exercise.
Super Eagles coach Stephen Keshi says home-based Super Eagles have shot themselves into strong contention for a place at the World Cup finals. 17-time champion Roger Federer breezes into quarter-finals of Australian Open. For details, let's join Ephraim Okbanachi on Complete Sports.
Head coach of the Nigerian national team, Stephen Keshi, has heaped praise on his charges for their clinical display against host South Africa at the ongoing African Nations Championships. A brace from impressive Ejike Ozwenyi and an Ifeanyi Ede penalty condemned South Africa to a 3-1 loss and an exit from the competition. After a poor start and a 2-1 loss to Mali, the Super Eagles have now recorded 2 straight wins, with Sunday's impressive 3-1 scoreline over South Africa guaranteeing Nigeria's qualification for the quarterfinals, knocking out South Africa from the tournament. Coach Keshi said the players, and not him, deserved all the praise. With the win, Nigeria finished second from the group with 6 points behind Mali, who won the group with 7 points after beating Mozambique 2-1 in their last group match. Nigeria meets the winner of Group B in the quarterfinals on Saturday. Some analysts and enthusiasts are, however, skeptical of Eagles' number 1 goalkeeper Chigozie Agbim, describing his performances as shaky.
He's been on the sidelines. You don't need any specialist to tell you that he's really overweight. He doesn't even look very quick. A lot of the shots South Africa took, it wasn't about how good Nigeria are, about how not good South Africa were.
Coach Stephen Keshi, meanwhile, says a number of his young players have put themselves in contention for a spot in his squad for the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil later this year. Meanwhile, Group C will take their turn in the final round of matches Tuesday, with Ethiopia facing Ghana, while Congo clashes with Libya. Group D will take their turn Wednesday. It's Burundi against Congo DR, while Mauritania tackles Gabon. Over in Europe, the Italian Serie A champions Juventus maintained their 8-point lead with a comprehensive 4-2 win over Sampdoria. Juve have 55 points. And former AC Milan player Clarence Seedorf got his AC Milan coaching career to a winning start with a 1-0 win over Verona. In England, defending champions Manchester United all but surrendered their title following a thrashing at Stamford Bridge. United were beaten 3-1 by clinical Chelsea side, with Cameroon international Samuel Eto'o grabbing all 3 goals, his first hat-trick in 5 years. The win left champions United 12 points behind third-placed Chelsea and 14 behind leaders Arsenal. Chelsea's win, however, came at a cost as striker Fernando Torres is expected to be out for weeks after a ligament injury. And despite the loss, United boss David Moyes insists all hope is not lost.
So what we won't do is throw the towel in until we can't get there. The job's to try and finish first, and I'll keep trying to do that.
Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho believes the title race is over for United, but heaped praise on United.
I think we deserve to win, but I think we don't deserve to be winning 2-0 at half time, and Man United doesn't deserve to be losing 2-0 at half time.
The win saw Mourinho moved into an elite league as the manager to win 100 matches with the fewest number of games in England. Mourinho recorded his 100th Premier League win in 142 games to beat the record of 162 matches held by former United manager Alex Ferguson. In Spain, leaders Barcelona and Atletico Madrid failed to win for the second game running to allow Real Madrid close the gap on the top two to just 1 point. Following a goalless draw between both sides in the previous round, Barcelona drew 1-1 at Levante, while Atletico Madrid were held 1-1 by visiting Sevilla. Both clubs are tied on 51 points, while Real Madrid stayed third, just a point behind. In tennis, 17-time Grand Slam champion Roger Federer produced a magnificent display to beat Jo-Wilfried Tsonga in straight sets at the Australian Open. The 17-time Grand Slam champion beat the Frenchman 6-3, 7-5, 6-4 to set up a quarterfinal with Andy Murray. Federer, who has not lost a set at the tournament, winning all matches in straight sets, says he now plays with more confidence. His opponent, Andy Murray, is confident going into the clash.
I put in a lot of hard work into that third set. I maybe lost concentration when I served for it, but then in the tiebreak I didn't lose concentration. I just...
World number 1 Rafael Nadal, however, had to overcome a nasty blister to beat Japan's 16th seed Kei Nishikori in 4 sets, 7-6, 7-5, 7-6, 7-3. Number 2 seed Novak Djokovic is also through to the quarters. In the women's event, Victoria Azarenka remains on course for a third straight Australian Open title after she beat Sloane Stephens in straight sets 6-3, 6-2. The Belarusian's title hopes were boosted by third seed Maria Sharapova's surprise defeat by Dominika Cibulkova 24 hours after Serena Williams was knocked out. With complete sports, Ephraim Okbanaji.
To conclude Gotel News and Reports, a quick look at some of the major stories. Religious leaders in Yola, the Adamawa state capital, have cautioned against indecent dressing. Pastor Nelson Malau and Imam Aliyu Saad, who gave the warning while speaking to Gotel News, said indecent dressing is an ungodly act. Banjaram community in Guyuk local government area says it relies on a solar borehole situated at a nearby secondary school for water. Speaking to Gotel News, the ward head, Mr. Banko Gabdu, said they are sometimes denied access to the solar borehole. People have been charged not to take laws into their hands and also to report any suspicious move to the nearest security agency, as security is everybody's business. The police public relations officer, Adamawa Command DSP Muhammad Ibrahim, gave the charge while speaking to Gotel News against the backdrop of a clash between Fulani herdsmen and farmers, resulting in the death of 2 persons and injured 2 in Gudio village, Yola South local government area. It was also on the news that President Goodluck Jonathan urged politicians in the country to imbibe the habit of forgiveness and reconciliation in the interest of national development. The president gave the advice in Abuja at the Aso Villa Chapel's first service in 2014, which coincided with a special Thanksgiving service of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrims Commission. That has been Gotel News and Reports.